Special Olympics provides youth leaders with and without intellectual disabilities the opportunity to be advocates of inclusion in their communities. Through a variety of different programs, Special Olympics youth leaders have the ability to promote acceptance and respect and enhance their youth leadership skills. Special Olympics promotes youth leadership development through a variety of initiatives, including youth innovation projects and youth leadership summits. These initiatives ensure that youth of all ability levels are empowered, recognized for their strengths as leaders, and provided training opportunities for lifelong success in inclusion. Let's start by talking about youth innovation projects. Special Olympics youth innovation projects bring financial resources and technical support to the grassroots, directly empowering young people to engage their peers and community members in creating inclusion. The Youth Innovation Project Initiative encourages youth leaders with and without intellectual disabilities to work together to design, plan, and implement their visions for inclusion in schools and communities around the world. Since the launch of the project in 2018, over 330 youth-led projects have been conducted in nearly 70 countries and jurisdictions around the world. These youth innovation projects have allowed youth leaders to develop their project management and leadership skills, while also developing a worldwide network centered around inclusion. One example of a youth innovation project comes from Special Olympics Hawaii in the United States. Brittany, a Special Olympics youth leader, hosted a unified sports day at her high school. Through her project, Brittany was able to bring together primary school students, secondary school students, parents, and teachers to educate them about intellectual disabilities through a hands-on experience. At the Unified Sports Day, participants were able to play unified sports together with their peers and learn about more inclusive opportunities within their school and community. Another example of a youth innovation project comes from Special Olympics South Africa. Charles Sheen and Othello are two Special Olympics youth leaders who are leading a project to increase participation opportunities for Special Olympics female athletes. Through their project, Charles Sheen and Othello will recruit 40 female athletes with intellectual disabilities and create 4 new football teams to complete training and participate in a tournament to showcase what they learned. After hosting a tournament for the new participants, Charles Sheen and Othello will integrate members of their 4 football teams into pre-existing unified football teams in their area. One final example of a youth innovation project comes from Special Olympics Bharat. Simran and Shrey are 2 Special Olympics youth leaders from India who are leading a project to connect mainstream schools with special education schools to create unified youth clubs with members from both campuses. At the end of the year, Simran and Shrey will host a unified sports festival for all unified youth club members, and an interscholastic sports competition will occur. Through their project, Simran and Shrey will create a more unified future in India and beyond. These are just a few examples of youth innovation projects that are being led around the world to create inclusive opportunities for all members of the unified generation. Now that we've talked about youth innovation projects, let's talk more about youth leadership summits. Special Olympics Youth Leadership Summits started in 2001 as a platform for youth leaders with and without intellectual disabilities around the world to develop their leadership skills and take action for inclusion off the court and into the community. Youth Leadership Summits bring youth leaders with and without intellectual disability together at the global, regional, program, and local level. Special Olympics Global Youth Leadership Summits occur every 2 years alongside Special Olympics World Games. This is the highest profile youth engagement event that convenes youth leaders from every Special Olympics region. Youth Leadership Summits provide youth leaders with the ability to develop leadership skills and educate others about Special Olympics, empower other young people to make a difference in their schools and communities, and lead initiatives that promote acceptance and respect. From the Youth Leadership Summit, participants have the skills and confidence they need to grow the number of unified schools and unified champion schools around the world, support the ongoing establishment of inclusive student organizations, and empower others to become Special Olympics youth leaders. By engaging in a Youth Leadership Summit, participants join a worldwide network of youth leaders with and without intellectual disabilities and support the growth of the unified generation. Are you interested in learning more about Special Olympics youth leadership opportunities? Go to www.specialolympicsglobalyouth.org and click the Our Work tab. Here, you will learn more about Special Olympics youth innovation projects, youth leadership summits, and other initiatives supporting inclusion around the world.